And then imagine, remember, we used to have to get phone numbers from phone books.
Yes. Well, the question is, can people even find them? The other day
Do they have cell phone numbers on them?
No. Well, I don't think they even do yellow pages anymore, do they?
Maybe for businesses. Because there's yellow pages, which for businesses, and white pages are phone numbers.
Okay. I specifically, so do you remember, like, sometimes you would, like, go into the phone book and, like, do, like, crinkle?
Yes. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Or you would try to find people that you know on the phone book.
Yeah.
Right?
And it would have their address on it sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Crazy, huh?
And they would be hanging off the payphone. Does anyone know what a payphone is?
Welcome to We Time Convo.
Today, we're talking about skills that are disappearing fast. Cursive, it's gone. Reading an analog clock, it's questionable. But Morse code, good luck.
We've got 9 skills that might need to be put on the endangered list. Let's get into it before these skills vanish completely.
Debbie, did you have a good time at the party?
Yes, I loved it. I love seeing our guests. The setup was great.
So we celebrated our 100th episode, even though we've surpassed it by like 40 episodes.
I know. It took us a while.
Yeah, but better late than never. Irene had the party in her backyard and it was perfect.
I thought it was great. I thought everything was well done. I loved the entertainment. I loved just finally meeting Joe. Right?
Shout out to Joe and his wife, Red. Joe is our show's editor, by the way. Such lovely people.
Yes.
Like, it was so weird, though, because he came up to me and he's like, Liza, how's school? How was the Philippines?
And he knows.
How do you know? How do you know this? And I'm like, well, duh. He listens to the episodes. So it's so, like, it was weird, but it was also at the same time cool, like, meeting somebody that knew more about you before they even met you in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it was so nice to kind of look around and see all the support from our past guests to come. And it was really great when people met each other and saying, oh, I heard you on the podcast. And, oh, like, I thought it was really great.
Yeah.
In regards to the setup of the party, we obviously during our podcast will take pictures, but it was a nice kind of reminiscent moment of just kind of checking each of the pictures and seeing kind of, the evolution of We Time Convo.
It's crazy. It's like we're in our 3rd season. Who would have thought, right?
Exactly. I'm so excited. There's so much more.
Yeah. And I loved it too because our guests were able to make like connections with other guests and even like they have their own things. Like Joe was able to kind of, gain more of a clientele.
Yes.
Helping promote other people, which I thought was great. We did miss a few guests that couldn't make it, but hopefully we get to see them at the next party.
Yes, and we should definitely figure out when that next party is.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed the evening flair at Irene's. I thought it was, like you said, perfect.
It was perfect. The food, we had it catered. The food was great. It was amazing. It was like perfect. Like, yeah, like you said, the music was great. Like the mingling. The weather was perfect too.
Yes.
It wasn't cold.
No,
It was outside.
It was outside, and Irene has a huge backyard. So it was great to kind of just mingle and have the space.
It was great.
So
you know what I noticed, Debbie?
What?
So I work at a school, right?
Yes.
And when I have students sign like documents, like they have to sign their work permits and everything. And I'm like, okay, well, sign your name here. And they print it out. They don't have a signature.
What do you mean they don't have a signature?
And I'm like, you don't have a signature? Like you just wrote out your name. They're like, no, what's that?
They don't know what a signature is?
They don't know what cursive writing is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
But when would they ever use it now with our technology?
Well, that brings us to our topic. Today, we are going to talk about 9 skills quietly disappearing from the modern world.
We are evolving, and are we evolving in the right direction?
The thing is, we learned cursive writing in school.
Oh, yeah. I remember they actually I remember cursive writing. I think they started me, I want to say in either 2nd or 3rd grade.
Yeah.
To kind of learn how do you do the A's and then the B. Like, yeah. And it was so, grown up.
Well, they don't teach that anymore because I don't remember Ava ever having to learn cursive. I don't remember. I think Haley did, but she's 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then Violet, of course, they're
not.
They're not doing that yet. So it makes sense that if they're not showing cursive in school, how would they learn how to have a signature?
Well, you just still have maybe not.
Yeah.
But that's interesting because Vanessa has a signature. Like she has a signature. And I don't know if it's because I taught her, but maybe she did know a little bit of cursive. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But in regards to writing in cursive, it looks like here only 20% of Gen Z, who is the ages between 13 to 28, can write in cursive compared to 95% of baby boomers. Most schools have removed it from the curriculum.
So this comes from an article or a post that I found on Instagram, and the source is from the technology page.
Wow. So that's one, and you said that there's 9. So what's the second one that is going away?
Reading an analog clock.
Oh my God. You know what? I think that was bound to happen because I think there was even people that I know at my age that had trouble.
I refuse to have digital clocks in my house for that reason. I have analog clocks, and every time I ask the kids what time,
So they know.
and they're like staring at the analog clock, and I'm like 5, 10, 15, 20, and they're like, they just look at their phone. Okay, it's 3:15. I'm like, you need to learn how to read an analog clock, but do they even make them anymore?
Yes. Yes, they do.
So 3 out of 4 Gen Zers struggle to read analog clocks because digital displays have taken over. And phones, it's easily accessible on your phone.
Well, I can see why it goes away. Okay, look, the writing in cursive, nobody's doing that anymore. So I can see that going away. The clock thing, though, it is still part of, like, I see people use that as decoration.
Yeah.
Right? So you should kind of know how to read a analog clock.
My kids don't know.
Oh, man.
I remember crazy learning because we had that little dial thing that we had to use in 5, 10, 15, 20. Ava, I don't know how well she is in that, but Violet for sure.
Oh, my God. We're going to have the holidays come up. And so I always come up with games.
Yeah. That would be good.
I'm going to see who knows and who doesn't. I'm going to create a game around analog clock and see if people can like figure that out.
I'll have them do this next one. Number 3, Debbie.
Okay. So number 3 is using a physical map. Get out of here.
If you gave Vanessa a map and told her not to use her phone to get to a place, do you think she would learn how to read it?
I don't know. I would think so. My daughter, I would hope so, because obviously if she like used the maps on her phone.
But they don't look at it. It tells you. Who pays attention to what it looks like though, right?
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Like, I can tell you now, if you gave me a map and told me to go to Sacramento, I will not make it there.
Are you serious?
With just a map. No.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This has to be a game.
Because I mean, we're on the same age. Like we had MapQuest. So like you would just put it in and it will tell you where to go. But I remember going on road trips and my dad would physically bust out the map and read it.
That's how I know how to, like, my sense of direction using a map is pretty good.
That was just something my dad always did, right?
Oh.
He never showed me how to use it. And then when I was driving, everything was MapQuested. So
I had to learn.
Yeah.
So I remember being in the car as my dad needed to figure out directions.
Yeah.
And he would, instead of like pulling up a phone and getting it, he would have to stop at a gas station and ask for directions.
Yeah.
So I like, that's that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty good about reading a map.
Yeah. And like, do you remember just opening the glove compartment, all these maps?
Yeah.
Fucking fall out. And it's like, how many like you'd have to like have all these maps. And I wonder if they even print them anymore.
That is a good question. I don't know. So just like, for example, just to give you some detail around using a physical map, just 10% of Gen Z can navigate using paper maps.
Well, and 1% of a baby boomer, which is me.
Oh my God. GBS has made traditional navigation almost extinct.
Yeah.
So what happens when like all that, like there's like a huge blackout?
Can you imagine? All these Gen Zers would just be crying.
They're like, okay, you need to go to da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Here you go.
They wouldn't leave. Like, and for me, like if you told me like go south of blah, 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 I would be like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I don't know my south, west, east.
Yeah. I bet you figure it out pretty quick if there was money involved of how you getting there.
What do you mean?
Like if I had a game and it said, here's a physical map,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There would have to be an incentive for me to try. Exactly. Well, my point. That's great. Okay, so that's another one to add to your. You know what you should do is give them a map and say, hey, whoever makes it to this place first.
using the least amount of like freeways. Or like, and include a street or two or whatever it is. Oh my God. But interesting enough, I'll go ahead and use ChatGPT to help me create that game, that physical map.
Just like you have them like, look at this analog clock. And at this time, without looking at your phone, you go to this place.
You know what I'm going to do? Kids, Liza, you're going to remember this. So as growing up, remember how you used to learn how to like read analog clocks? Your teacher would have a piece of paper. It would give you a number, like the circle, and you would have to draw the arrows.
Yes, yeah,
right.
I remember that.
Or the arrows would be drawn, but you would have to say, "I'm going to create that paper game."
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay, I'll let you know if that.
No, you need to record it and post it on social media. That would be hilarious.
Oh my God, I would die.
Yeah.
If I really,
yes,
3 out of 4 don't know.
Yeah.
But going back to the map thing.
Yeah.
It's going away.
I don't know. I've never known how to use it.
Although Liza did admit if there was some money involved, she would definitely
send it.
There you go.
Okay. Number 4 is memorizing phone numbers. So only 10% of young people know more than 5 numbers by heart.
Okay, and I can tell you I only know 2.
That's crazy. And you think like, okay, so what if your phone dies and you're stranded? Who would you call if you don't memorize the phone numbers besides 911?
There's only one person that I can call, and it's not my husband and it's not my daughter.
What?
It's my sister.
Oh, you know her phone number?
I know her phone number.
See, I don't know any.
She's the only one that I know by heart.
I only know my number.
Oh, you see, the second number, because I only know 2, is mine.
Oh,
so there's only 2 people that I can call.
So you don't know Vanessa's number either?
No.
You see, I don't know Ava's. I don't know anybody's. It would have to be programmed in my phone.
Yeah. Okay. There goes another game.
Wait.
I love this.
You remember having phone books? Like, I remember having a little Hello Kitty phone book, and then it had the like A, B, C, D, and then you just go and I'd write everybody's phone numbers.
Yes, I remember that. I used to like to your point, memorize, right? You'd have to memorize phone numbers. So like you said, sometimes you get lost and you're like, I need to call somebody.
I do remember my landline number growing up. Do you remember yours? From my old house. I remember that.
No.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm too old now. I can't remember. Like, I only have a certain amount of information that I can maintain.
And then remember we used to have to get phone numbers from phone books.
Yes. Well, the question is, can people even find the other day?
Do they have cell phone numbers on them?
No. Well, I don't think they even do Yellow Pages anymore, do they?
Maybe for businesses. Because there's Yellow Pages, which for businesses, and White Pages are phone numbers.
Okay. I specifically, so do you remember, like, sometimes you would, like, go into the phone book and, like, do, like, crinkle?
Yes. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Or you would try to find people that you know on the phone list. Yeah. Right?
And then it would have their address on it sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Crazy, huh?
And they would be hanging off the payphone. Does anyone know what a payphone is? Remember? They would be hanging off the payphones.
The other thing, too, is like I had asked a couple of my nieces and nephews, I go, do you guys know what a Yellow Pages are? And they're like, what? They had no clue what a Yellow Page was.
And when you tell them, I bet you they're like floored.
Yeah, they're like, why would this? And that sucker was like that big.
Yes.
Oh,
like 5, 6 inch. Like, yeah, it was.
It was pretty thick.
Like each county, I think.
Oh, it was.
No, it was like 5 inches.
No, it was 5 inches is like that big.
Okay, maybe 3.
Okay, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 3. It's crazy.
All right, what's the next one, Debbie?
Mental math with double digits.
I don't know. I feel like people are pretty smart enough to do that in their head.
Mental arithmetic is fading fast. Only 10% of Gen Z can do complex math without a calculator. So mental math with double digits, what are we referring to?
I mean, I guess multiplication, like double digit multiple, like what's 30 times 55? Can you do that in your head?
No.
I
need a piece of paper.
Yeah, me too. I could
get you that number as long as I have a piece of paper.
Okay.
I cannot do
can't
that
do it
mentally.
mentally.
No.
I could do mentally if it's addition. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That I can do. I can do additions in my head.
but if I got to carry over numbers and stuff, I can't. But Liza math, I was never good in math. Yeah, so only 10% of Gen Z can do complex math without a calculator.
Oh, that's another game.
But I feel like with Common Core, they're supposed to show their work. I feel like that's something that, right?
Yes, they are always supposed to show their work.
But you know what really was hard for me is long division.
Where you had like 2 numbers and dividing it by like 5 numbers.
Or like a decimal, like a 0.5. But you like numbers though.
I wouldn't necessarily like it. I mean, I could get that, but I'm just saying anything more complex than that, no. Like, you know what? I can't do. I can't do fractions.
I fucking hate fractions. I can't do fractions at all.
I cannot do fractions.
No, give me a bunch of addition. I can do that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Fractions I can't do. I can't figure out percentages. Like math was not my subject in high school. Like geometry, I hated geometry. I took it like 5 times. When did I ever use it? The only thing that I use in life right now is addition, subtraction, and multiplication, and sometimes dividing. Yeah.
Well,
like in your job, do you use like?
No, I use an Excel file.
You use your head?
No, never.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
Hardly ever.
So I don't know if I agree with number 5. I feel like a lot of kids now are super smart when it comes to math without a calculator.
You know who's pretty good? Peter's really good in math.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mentally, he can do something. Like, I'm like,
really
ooh, look at you.
That's really good.
Yeah, I find
a
it
gift. Yeah, that's a gift.
I do.
Yeah, sure.
When he's smarter than me, I find it really sexy.
You're on in that area.
So the other thing,
Yeah.
number 6, driving manual cars. Can you?
No, but I know you do because you
Yes.
you talked about driving stick shift. I never learned how to drive stick shift.
Oh, that was the first car that I had to learn how to drive. My dad, for whatever reason, felt like that is the car that I needed to learn how to drive. And man, I tell you, it was the most painful thing because my dad is not the easiest person to teach.
Especially driving stick shift.
Yes. I remember one time when we were driving and we were up the hill, up Tully. You go all the way up.
Like past Raging Waters?
Yeah, past Raging Waters. So you're up at that hill. So he basically took me up that hill. And
He made you go on a hill driving stick shift?
Oh, he made me go on the hill and he made me figure out how to stay on the hill with just kind of
without
the
rolling
pedals.
back.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a gift.
And so I remember and if you don't get it, you either start going down and then he would have to pull the e-brake, but then it would also like stop the car.
Yeah.
And he'd have to pull the e-brake. So I'd have to start it again. And then, obviously, I don't know how many times I did it. And then finally he said, if you don't get this right, we're going home. And he said it in a way like my dad always like, and then
You get scared.
yeah. But you know what? I learned.
Do you still remember how? Like, is it natural?
Yeah. It never goes away. It never goes away. And I think it's like one of my little flexes.
Yeah.
Like I know how to drive.
I remember it was like back in high school. Like if you were a female and you knew how to drive stick, you're like the shit because it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn. Do they even make cars manual anymore? Oh, you do. Do you know how to drive manual? No.
So here's the thing. I don't think they make manual cars anymore. They do this kind of like other thing where you can put it into like different gears, but it's like you don't use it's not like a clutch or anything like that you use. But going back to my story, so I had to learn because I think in his head, he felt like this is the car that you need to learn. You're my oldest daughter. You need to figure this out. So when my sister went to go learn, and she's only like 14 months younger than me, so she was next. They made a decision, I think in my mom and dad's head, made a decision like, no, it's okay. She does, she's a lefty. So like, because I'm a righty and she's a lefty. So they made the upfront decision that she doesn't need to know how to drive a manual car.
Were you mad?
Fuck yeah, because she did the freaking automatic and that's how she learned. And so she never had the pain of my dad teaching her a manual car. And so she does not know how to drive a manual.
Funny story, in high school, we had my friend's sister who, she was the only one that, you'll have that one friend before everyone drives that could drive. And she had a manual car. the amount of time she has stalled that car and we had to get out and push it. One time we went to the movie theaters and it kept stopping. You would see us in the drive-ins in the dark pushing this fucking Honda around so that she could start it so that we can listen to the radio.
She's going to she burned her clutch then.
Probably. Yeah. It happened all the time. And she would make me and her little sister go out and push the car.
Well, so you would push it to start it.
To start it, yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's interesting because people probably don't even know like what you could do that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, go on neutral.
Yeah,
get that rolling, and then you could
But you have to have two people. You have to have of course people out there pushing it. It's a push start.
Yes. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So my daughter does want to learn how to do it. I'm not the one to teach her.
Your dad? Is your dad going to teach her?
I highly doubt it. But we have to get a car that actually is manual.
Yeah.
So who knows how to drive a manual?
I see.
Good for IRL.
I don't know how to drive. I don't know.
I feel like it's like a life lesson.
Alina, are you going to teach her?
We did start, Alina and I, but oh my God.
Funny story. Ava actually got her license. She got it a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And it's nice when they start driving because they want to drive everywhere.
Yes.
And it's nice because she does all my errands for me.
Ooh.
Go to Target, but she dropped something off at Irene's house for the party a couple weeks ago. But the one thing that worries me is like every time she calls me, I'm thinking, shit, she got into a car accident or something happened.
Isn't it kind of crazy?
Yeah. And then, I can't sleep until she gets home.
Yes.
But the one thing that drives me crazy is that she called me and I'm like, oh shit, I have to answer this phone call. Something probably happened. And she's like, Mom, I was like, yeah. She's like, how do you turn on the defroster in your car? And I was like, who the fuck gave you a license if you don't know how to do that?
Well, you also need to teach her if you haven't already, because I'm bad at it. But they definitely should make it a habit is before they get into the car to walk around. To make sure that their tires aren't low, to make sure that there's like no dents in their car, like just to kind of just check your car.
Yeah.
Right. I don't do that, but they definitely should because, you never know. It's interesting enough. And speaking of cars, Vanessa's car got taken to the shop.
Why?
It's a brand new car she has. And then she was driving, I don't know, like maybe about a week ago. And she basically calls me and my husband and says, hey, there's something wrong with the car. Like it's making a noise and she's driving. So she sends us the video. And in my head, it's like, girl, you're driving. Don't. Yeah. But I think she wanted us to hear it. Right. So long story short, she comes home. She's like, yeah, there's something wrong with the car. Cause she goes, I don't know what it is, but it just sounds funny.
Yeah.
Right. And it was interesting because now that she's in tune to how a car should actually feel and sound. And lo and behold, she was right. There was basically a hole in her engine. So now she has to get a completely new engine for her car.
Is it under warranty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So it was funny. I think the engine is somewhere near almost as much as the car. The cost of a new engine is as much as the cost of her brand new car.
But that car, that car is new. How is that possible?
It just happens.
Well, I feel like kids should probably learn how to change a spare tire too.
Oh, that's
Do you know how to do that? I don't know how to do it. But
definitely not. I know how to dial a tow truck.
What if your phone isn't working?
Well, I stay in the car until it's already
turn off your hazards.
That's scarier. Yeah, driving manual. Just 5% of Gen Z can drive a stick shift.
Very low percentage. Okay, so number 7, sewing a button or fixing clothes. Only 3% can sew a button or patch a hole. I have no issues with that because
I can't do it.
I have a sewing machine.
You do?
Yeah. Ava, so the good thing is I taught Ava how to sew and Violet how to sew. So yes, they can fix their own clothes and well, maybe not Violet, but Ava knows how to make clothes by hand and sew it.
Vanessa, she knows how to sew. I do not.
But I don't know how much you would need to do that in life. Like, I don't think that's an important skill.
Absolutely. To know how to sew a button, girl, I have to have a glue gun. I wouldn't know how to sew a button. I would not know. But another interesting fact. My mom doesn't know how to do it. My dad does.
Oh.
And then Vanessa, so I don't know how to do it, but her dad knows how to sew.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's a life skill. You do?
Absolutely. I think it's a good skill to have. And I, like, for example, so I'm short, right?
Yeah.
So when I buy clothes, I always have to take it to get it altered.
Yeah.
And that sucker is expensive.
I do
Anywhere from $10 to
alter my own
$15.
pants.
$10 to $15.
Yeah.
When for Vanessa's dress that she had for her debut, because it was a little too long, we got it altered. It was like $200.
That's
And
like
literally, it was
a
just
dress.
it was just like
Yeah.
it was so like in my
that's
mind
wild.
so easy.
Yeah. She wouldn't want you to do that.
But see, I think that's a great skill that you just handed down.
So
to
they
your
used to
kids.
have in high school like home ec classes.
They took that out.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know who I was talking to. We were just talking about it. I loved home ec. I remember learning how to cook certain things because of home ec class.
Well, we have foods class, but I feel like classes like doing laundry, showing how to do laundry or sewing would be super helpful.
The sewing, yeah. Wouldn't laundry be part of just like the normal course of business at your house?
I guess, yeah. But you'd be surprised. Some people, young people don't know how to do it because their parents just do it, you know?
Yeah, but like I think that's where parents need to like teach.
But the good thing about this day and age now, though, is that we have YouTube.
Yes.
That's how I taught myself how to sew, was from YouTube. I didn't take a lesson or anything.
Really?
I just went on YouTube and taught myself that way.
You know what? I forget the e-sew because you don't do it as much
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't. I've just been so busy, but I do. I love it. It's like one of my favorite hobbies. I should get back into it.
Oh, so you kind of stopped a little bit on the Etsy thing then.
I haven't done Etsy in like 3 years
Oh, wow.
because I just, I'm doing the dog walking now and I just make more money off that. It's just so like concentrated and competitive on Etsy now, which is great. Yeah. I haven't done it. I should get back on it. All right, Debbie, number 8.
Using radios. I'm like, huh? Using radios?
Yeah.
Less than 2% of Gen Z know how to tune a radio, use a rotary phone, or read a sundial.
When would we use somebody to read a sundial? Like, are we like in the Roman days?
Okay, the sundial. Yeah, that should have been dead already.
What isn't that to read time? Like a sundial, right? Isn't that you use time? You put it
Yes.
outside and okay.
Yeah.
It's like
To know like what time of the day it is.
okay. So it's like okay, if you don't know how to read an analog clock, go outside and look at the sundial.
I don't know how to do that. That's that's dead.
Rotary phone. We did have a rotary phone, and I do know how to use a rotary phone.
Do you even have a landline?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Do you know how to use a rotary phone though?
Of course.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put the number and it tells you to go around. It's just not.
Some people go like, like the other way.
But can you imagine if in an emergency, if you're trying to go
But you know what is gonna? I can just see this generation because you know how you gotta go.
Yeah, you have to go around. Yeah.
Or, like it just takes so long.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, what the hell?
Yes. And then now we have to do the area codes now too.
I know.
It takes even longer.
I know.
To go 408.
Oh my
As
god.
far as a radio, like tuning a radio.
That's pretty easy. I mean, like you just gotta play and fiddle with the yeah. Like what?
But when do they ever need to tune a radio? Because now we listen to music, we just Bluetooth it into our car.
Oh my god. I gotta go to like freaking Goodwill or something and get like some radio and say, okay, give me station and see who goes first.
Yeah. Or a TV. Remember having to do the antenna and then moving it until
Yeah,
you could
just go
actually
like
see
that.
it? Or put a foil. I don't even know if it did anything if you put foil. But tuning a radio, but you know what? I think it's very important to know how to use a radio because if we had an earthquake or a disaster.
Well, do you know Morse code?
Well, that's our next one, actually.
Yeah. Oh my god, I did not read that.
Okay. So, but by the way, going back to number 8, in case we have a disaster, you should have a radio in your house because if there's a disaster and you need to get your news, you got to go on the radio.
Yes, hello people. Do you not watch like the end of the world movies where they end up going back to like the basics?
Yeah.
Right? So yeah,
Do you still listen to the radio? I do in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like the digital one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But yes, we do have it on.
Have the dial.
We don't have the dial, and more so because my dad uses it.
Yeah.
He likes to listen to the radio.
And they say AM, the AM stations are the most important ones to have if there's a disaster, because that's where
It would be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Debbie, since you brought it up,
Number 9, reading Morse code.
I don't know. Do you know Morse code?
No, that's why I was like, that's why I brought it up. Like, I don't know that. So fewer than 0.5% of Gen Z can read Morse code. So if you've captured good luck sending an SOS.
But if you know it and other people don't know it, then it doesn't make any sense because they're like, what the fuck is this blinking?
is there a class for that? Or maybe it's a YouTube.
Yeah, it's a YouTube. Do you know Morse code?
It's not.
I bet you Paul does. Is Paul?
I don't know. It's not light, right? It's just sound.
It's a sound.
Yeah. But if you're out in the boat, you could do it. They do it by light too in the dark.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So like, if it's me that doesn't know shit, I'd be like, why is this boat blinking?
Well, like, yeah. Well, to me, if I would just be doing this, right?
Flare.
Well, with anything, I wouldn't be thinking like that.
Yeah.
Like covering the spotlight. Oh my God.
But again, I think it's very important because what if you're stranded on an island or something and you just have a radio that you can't tune because you don't know how and you don't know what time it is because you have a sundial.
That's true. Or I mean, even right here, you don't even have to be in an island. There's certain spots in the Bay Area that you don't have. Like, you're like, what is going on? How come I can't get service?
Yeah.
Right? Or your service is so spotty and it's just like insane.
Yeah.
I would never live in those areas. That would just be so upsetting.
That's crazy. Yeah. I have my coworker's ex-husband lives in an area where there is absolutely no cell service at all. And so she is just like, every time he has their daughter, she's just like, there's no way she can hold her.
Yeah.
Like out in the boondocks. Yeah. Like, but yeah, Morse code, I guess you could just go on YouTube and learn it. I think it's just SOS, right? That would be
probably the most.
Like, you're not trying to have a conversation. Put someone through Morse code.
Well, like, you might have to learn something. Like, say it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
How do you communicate if you can't do it through, like, all you can use is Morse code?
Yeah, that's true. Well,
But there you go. There you go.
yeah.
We Time Convo listeners. These are things that are going away.
And Debbie now has games for her holiday party.
I should do.
Thanks for listening, guys.